Feels good to wear that hat. I was leaving my house here today, and I was trying to pick out a hat. I wear hats a lot, as most of you guys know, and I said I'm not wearing a hat, today. I'm going to get a new hat. So that's the new hat. So it's pretty exciting, and really I want to start this off by just saying how thankful that we are to our fans and our administration and the state. I know we've got a lot of people. We've got a pretty good rivalry going with OU, but I think we have a lot of people pulling for each other, and it's really cool. And it's glad that we're there. I hope they get there, to be very honest. I think we all feel like that, and it's just really cool for the state. But just grateful for everything that we keep doing to get bigger crowds and more people to come. This has turned into a big event. I was talking with Greg Bradshaw, who's a big OSU supporter, and I can remember him our first year here sitting behind home plate, and there was not very many people there. I just kept telling everyone, just we'll do our part. You're going to have to do your part too. And guys like that have just been here for a long time and seen us through the whole thing. So hats off to Clemson. Just a crazy great year for those guys, and I've got a lot of respect for John and his staff and what John has done for a long time. And they're going to be back in these moments. He's built this program right, and it's just a pleasure to compete against good people and well-coached teams. And so hats off to the Clemson Tigers. But the story here today was Morgan Day giving us a chance to win again. Taking advantage of some miscues by Clemson. When that started happening, I just kept thinking in my head, just press the gas down and go, and let's see if we can't force them into more of these. It's tough, and when it kind of got on a bad roll on them, and we were able to punch some runs across, and then we get the big home run by Karli and another big hit, and Busby's swinging the bat again the way we think she can, and Shy just had the weekend for 4 weekends, just maybe not a bunch of hits, but clutch. Had 2 huge at-bats here today that scored runs, another walk, making plays, just leading us. So very happy for this team, for our fans, for our school, for our department, to be able to represent us in OKC for the 3rd year in a row. And I think we're coming in hot, and I can't wait. I can't wait to get there and be able to play that first game in front of a sold-out crowd.
From, I think it's February at GIA when you sat there and said that getting back to OKC was the expectation, to now being there, having that hat. How do you balance the fact that this was the standard and the goal with what you're feeling right now?
We were walking over here, and Gavin and I were talking, and it's been a hard year. I mean, it's been a hard year. It's been the hardest year. This lineup doesn't look the way we thought it was going to look. I mean, that's the first thing. And there's been a lot of people like Karli has been in and out, but continues to work. We keep talking about just continued to work. There's more talent than we've ever had. I've been able to make some different moves, some different personnel changes, and it's hard. Like, that really wears on you. It wears on me when I don't start her. It wears on me when Morgan Day doesn't get innings. It wears on me when I have to take Busby out. It's really hard, and it's just who I am. And so when you just go through all this, and to see people kind of come back and go through it, and then perform well in these moments, and it's just gratifying. It makes you feel like we're doing things right. We're doing things the right way, even when it's hard. And if you can just be honest with these guys and give them exactly how you feel, then they feel good about telling you how they feel, and then we can get better. And that's what it's all about.
You talked about in the second, getting the gas pushed. You've talked earlier that you guys are starting to get that sort of killer instinct where you knock the door down when the opportunity is there. You were thinking that, but it seemed like everybody on the field was thinking that.
Yeah.
Is that a sign of some evolution of this program?
Well, I think it's yes is the answer. And I think it's something that we kind of midway through the year, we had to kind of re-identify what our mentality was. I think I had done a poor job this year, done a really poor job up to that point of just kind of like handing these guys the keys without kind of making sure that they've earned it and they understand it, and we revisit all those things that have gotten us to this point. And then once we kind of redefine that for them, I feel like they've really grasped onto this mentality, and we're finally starting to do those things that we know that we can be and we can do. So we didn't execute perfectly here tonight. We didn't get a couple bunts down. We had a couple thrown out at third. Ellis got thrown out. Shouldn't have gone. I mean, that's on her. She's got to go. And like we told her, when you get that really wide turn, you probably just got to stop. You know what I mean? And so it's just part of it. It was the right play if she doesn't hesitate. Chelsea probably tried to force that, but it's her with the gas down. The emergency brake is off, and I'm good. Like, I can handle that because it's a kid who's just given us everything that she's got. And in the moment, it was a bad decision, but it's okay because she did it at 100%, and that's all. It's all that we really want.
Karli, how did that second inning feel? You were on the base paths when all of that's transpiring. How did it feel for you out there?
On the what?
In the second?
In the second inning, when they had all those errors and we were scoring
Oh,
runs.
sorry. I don't understand. It was really good. I feel like the momentum started going. I mean, I feel like you're just putting balls hard in play is what you can do, and put pressure on the defense is all you can do. And if you go 100% all the time, it puts a lot of pressure on everyone. And I feel like that's how you can get things moving. I mean, it might not have been the way we wanted to get those runs, but I mean, runs are runs, and I feel like if we can keep putting pressure on defenses and running the way we can, I think we're pretty unstoppable.
Karli, you kind of set this question up for me. Because of the way those runs came, did they get a home run that didn't really put them back in it, but it gave them a good feeling? Mm-hmm. How much more important does that make your home run? Because that seemed to be a big momentum swing, even though you had the lead.
Yeah, I just feel like I don't go up to bat trying to hit a home run. I was just trying to do my best to get on base for the team, and I was just so happy to hit a home run. But I feel like it is a big momentum changer because it's things like the crowd, it gets the crowd going, it gets our girls going. So I feel like that just helps our team just keep going and keep pushing forward no matter what happens. No matter what happens before, things can always change and very quickly. So.
You're over there nodding. I felt it was a momentum move for you.
Oh, yeah,
because
absolutely.
you came stronger the next inning when you were out there.
Well, thank you. I mean, as a pitcher, when you give up a home run and, it kind of gets momentum going for the other team, the opposing side of the field, that when we get that back, that it's kind of, all right, we have our runs, we have the lead, but then you want to hit a home run? All right, we can hit one back and answer. So I think that was really good response on our end and just fight, and I think that kind of was just continuing to push down the gas pedal and showing them that, sure, you can get a run back, but that doesn't mean we're going to stop. So,
Morgan, is this moment everything you expected coming over from Illinois State?
yes and no. I mean, it's just kind of crazy. I'm really proud of where I came from, but where I came from, admission was free, and mainly the people in the stands were just parents and a couple alumni from the 70s, but so it's just kind of crazy. I mean, this is why I came here. The stage just keeps getting bigger, but it takes actually experiencing it to realize that, wow, this is what I came here for, but you don't really know what to expect until you're actually experiencing it. So it's very surreal, and I'm trying to soak up every second.
Karli, I'm not sure what pitch you were able to get when you hit your home run, but what was it like batting against Cowgirls tonight? And I saw, I didn't have the feed pulled up, but our radar, she was hitting 72, 73 miles per hour. What made you and the team effective against the velo today?
Well, I just think when I go in there a mindset of this pitcher's not going to beat me. I mean, yeah, she throws hard, but I mean, if I can put a bat on it, it's going far, obviously. But I feel like we do a good job preparing, and I think Carrie's a good example. I like hitting off Carrie, especially when we hit down ball. Carrie throws really hard, and I feel like she gets us prepared for stuff like this. And our preparation for how we're going to attack her is really helpful, and just getting that mindset of okay, I know she's pitching me low and away, so I'm going to swing low and away, and if she puts one there, I'm going to hit it. So.
Morgan, obviously this is a new experience for you, but so many players around you, they've done this before several times. Did you notice any difference in sort of how they were approaching this? And I mean, I don't know, did you sense any calm or any aggressiveness? I don't know, did you sense anything out of them?
I kind of talked to a couple players because I think they could kind of sense that maybe I was a little nervous. I had some nerves coming into it, and, you know, we just kind of agreed that you have to treat it like any other game. I mean, because we talk about with our team that the next game is the most important one you're going to play. So whether it's the national championship game, whether it's the Big 12 conference, or it's just another regular season conference series game, that each one is important and builds to the next one. So, yeah, you could definitely feel the sense of veteranship on this team that is kind of the standard of we want to go really far into the postseason, and not just want to, but we want to win it all. I mean, that's the ultimate goal. But even though this is kind of new for me, I know that I'm still a veteran of some sort in the circle. So even though this might be a new stage for me, I think that we still have more seasoned veterans in the postseason on the field, so it was nice to have them behind me.
Morgan, kind of leading off of what you just said, defense behind you has been a real key, especially during your run here where you've really been thrust into a bigger role. How important has that been for you to have that confidence in the players behind you?
It's been vital to our success, and it's a great feeling knowing that when the ball gets put in play and I'm able to execute the pitches that Coach John is calling, that I know that they're going to make a play on it, or they're going to, if it's a base hit, they're going to get it in. They do a phenomenal job of cutting things off that should be extra bases, and they're stuck at first base. Valerie Cagle was a perfect example of that tonight. Shy Factor had an awesome cutoff tonight that could have easily been a double that she cut into a base hit. It's a little bit different for me. I think my game plan is changing. I think just my year here already, I think I've just evolved into a pitcher and not just a thrower. I've added more to my resume, and I'm getting outs in a different way, and that's okay because outs are outs, and outs lead to winning ball games. So the defense has been stellar. I trust them with everything, and I love every chance I get to take the field with them.
Hey, Maureen, I think you were a little over 100 pitches when Kelly came in. Did you guys, as you guys talked about pitch counts or anything? I mean, I know obviously you don't know about a game 3, but what was sort of the talk there?
There wasn't any plan to my knowledge, or it hadn't been communicated to me, which is, fine. Especially with a pitcher like me, it's fine to just let me go, let me run my course and see how that works. But I kind of had a higher pitch count. I wasn't the most efficient tonight. Had a few walks here and there, which that's kind of the main goal, is to eliminate the free passes. So I think once that last runner in the 5th inning had reached base, and I could kind of feel a little movement in the dugout, that my night was over and Kelly was coming in. And it wasn't necessarily a sense of relief, just because I know I didn't have my sharpest stuff, and that's okay, because it's one thing to learn how to win when you don't have your best stuff. But as soon as I saw Kelly heading out, I knew the game was over. So I knew she has my back and I have hers, and whoever steps out in the circle, that the camaraderie is awesome and the teamwork is top notch. So I had no doubt about that when she came out, that that's how the game plan was going to go, and that's how we were going to put these hats on tonight. So.
Kenny, I know there's no significance, but you are the first one to qualify. You're the clubhouse leader.
Nice.
No one else
I was
is.
going to ask you what happened in the first game.
No,
So Texas won.
Texas won, so.
Dolcini threw over 100 again.
Yeah, she'll throw again
Probably.
tomorrow. Yeah.
Yeah. So significance in being, hey.
Hell yeah. Great to be first. I want to keep being first. I want to win the first game in OKC too, and win the last game. So it feels great. We're going to get a chance to enjoy this. We've got a lot of family in town. I know all these guys have their families here, and friends and people that just fly to come watch this group and support us. Enjoy this, and it's cool to be first. It's hard to start first, because you don't get the extra day. And we've had a really weird week we didn't get on our field until the game day. We got an hour on our field. Which is, I don't know that we had to have it, but you just want some sense of normalcy. And so with all the rain, but it feels good to be first. I didn't know that until you brought it up. That's cool. Well, now we get to sit back and watch. It's some of the funnest things. I know all of you watch a lot of these games. This is softball's like an addiction in a way. Like I just sit there and just keep watching it and just can't get enough. And it's really cool. And I think that's what the people across the country, across the world that are starting to see. This is a special game that's pure. These kids are playing for the right reasons, and the joy is real.
What did y'all think of the on-field fan celebration y'all got? Was that expected?
I don't know. This is my first time. But I just think that kind of goes to show you the cowboy family here. You know, you have people that I've never even met. I'm sure a lot of our girls haven't even met. Coach G hasn't met. They come up and they shake your hand. They hug you like they've known you for years, like they're family. And that's just how it is. I mean, the support's unreal, whether it's family, friends, just fans of the game, Oklahoma State fans in general. It's really different here. So, I mean, for me, when I saw them rush the field, I thought I wouldn't have expected anything different just from the culture here. And I think we really buy into that and we feed off that energy. And they really showed out for us tonight, too. I mean, sold out stadium. I mean, like I said, where I came from, admission being free. And so it was cool. But I didn't expect it. I didn't know what. I'm just kind of going into this blind and just taking things as they come and go, but it was awesome.
Are you a big fan of fireworks?
I do like fireworks. That was also unexpected, so we were all kind of mid-jump trying to hold up the ticket punch sign and everybody, you know, there's so much going on. It's so overwhelming, but I think it's the best sense of overwhelming when you've got people congratulating you and fireworks and all those things that, you know, wouldn't have it any other way.
You guys, Kenny mentions that kind of mentality shift mid-season. What needed to flip then, and what changed after things changed?
That's a good question.
It's probably more for Karli because she was more towards our offense. You know what I mean? I think that was kind of what we were. That's kind of what that was about. It was just we just had kind of lost a little bit of our edge, you know. And so I'll let her talk, but it's probably more for her.
I don't know. I just feel like when I go out and I step on the field not knowing if I'm going to play or not, I just go out there and I want to do my best. And I feel like even though, like, sometimes, like, when I go out there and play second, I want to be behind everyone. So, like, I'll jump and I'll scream or do whatever it takes to get there. I know Morgan Day, like, I feel like she, like, likes that big energy. And I know Kelly was like, whatever. She's like, I'm going to do it. Kelly just does her thing. So, but I know, like, if whatever I need to do that's going to make the team successful, I'm going to do it no matter what. And I just feel like sometimes, I don't know, sometimes I feel like my energy brings the, especially infield together sometimes. I feel like even though I might not have my best day, I try to keep a positive attitude of whatever happens. And I think that our team is really good, and I'm like really excited to move on. So.
Last question.
Kenny,
Sorry, I'm just going to build off that just because I'm not part of the offense, and I just wanted to add, being somebody in that front sense as an outsider, kind of see them go through the highs and lows of season. Seeing the offense come together now is a beautiful thing. I mean, stringing hits together, taking advantage of defensive mishaps, you know, here and there. But I think right now we're meshing as a team at the perfect time. And we talk a lot about that the best team doesn't always win. It's the team that plays the best. And I think we're figuring out how we play the best and how to support the person next to you in order to play the best. So it's been a really cool thing to watch the offense as a pitcher. So, I mean, yeah, we love to score runs. So.
Kenny, I wanted to ask you about the defense. You had a stretch there during that 5-game losing streak where things got a little bit squishy for you.
Yeah.
Seems to have really come together here in the postseason.
Yeah, I think that was probably a good thing looking back. It didn't feel very good in the moment. You know, you look at I feel like in 3 to 4 of those games we really just gave them away. And somebody took it too. I mean, we didn't just give away and, you know, all that, but they took it, and and it was easy to coach that. It was easy to get our attention because there's no way that we can win the way we want to win and play that kind of defense. We've been a top 1, 2, or 3 team in defense all year long, and we work hard at that. And we've got a lot of seasoned kids, played a lot of innings, and so it was easy to get their attention. They were correctable things. They were things that we needed to kind of just focus, redo, kind of keep moving forward, not moving backwards after something happens. Moving forward is kind of a motto of ours, and it was it fit that. We were just kind of unsure, and we just didn't look like us. And so show that, coach that, work on it. And it takes these type of talented kids to be able to bounce back and not let it affect them. And I'm so glad we played those games, and I'm so glad we fumbled around some, because it really helped us to get locked back in.
For more information, you can visit tulsaworld.com.